Hi everybody, Dylan Schnese here from Steady Presence. I've learned 3 things from homesteading over the past couple months. So we've been here since August, and these three things really stick out. The number one thing that I've learned about homesteading is your circles get really tight. Your circles with connections gets tight. We have neighbors down the road that are into the same kind of things that we do, and there seems to be a big barrier for us to even meet for a day. Well, it's because we're all busy with our lives and our homesteads, and for schedules to mesh is really difficult. And so even the people that we connected with before we moved on to the homestead, we see those people less. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, it just is. It's just a thing that occurs. And so what I gain out of that is the time that we do get to break away and spend with family or friends. That time is very special. And I notice this when even we go out to, last night we went out to Culver's with the kids, and that time together, not on the farm, is very special because we focus completely on them, on the kids, and being together. Like Ted and I were thumb wrestling at the table, and boy does he have some strong hands. He beat me quite a few times, but again, that time outside the farm is very special. The next thing that I've learned is that project management is key on a homestead. And even the types of projects that you take on is important, because if you spend X amount of time doing something that didn't work, that's time that you didn't apply to something that could have worked. So planning projects is very important, and making sure that the right projects are getting done, and that they're getting done to completion. It's very important. Because I've been thinking about this topic for a while. If you worked for a company, and let's say your role was project management, and now keep the same role, but apply it to a homestead. But the stakes are just as great. You need to put up, let's say, 10 quarts of salsa by the end of the fall. And so you have to plant the tomatoes, plant jalapenos, keep them going through the summer to end up with your salsa at the end. But what if let's say in August, you slip up and you don't water, or the tomatoes don't get watered and they struggle? Well, the project of getting the salsa made it's over. You didn't get the salsa. And you put all this time and effort into growing the plants, tending the plants, and then even making preparations to make the salsa like in September, and all that time is wasted. So talking a little more on project management, what if we all got together as homesteaders and teamed up? Say, I'm gonna grow all the tomatoes. That's what I'm gonna focus on. That's what I'm gonna be responsible for. Another family is responsible for hosting the canning party, and then other members of the community come aboard and help can. Well, that project is probably going to be successful. So we need to undertake project management on the homestead level, almost as important as it is if you were running a company, because it wouldn't be acceptable for the project to get delayed or for it to fail when you work for a company. And sometimes the stakes are just as high when you're on the homestead. And then the next thing that I've learned is the highs that you feel on the homestead are immeasurable, but the pains of the homestead could be as equally groundbreaking in the opposite direction. So when I'm doing chores at night and I catch a beautiful sunset, it's amazing, beyond words, and not a lot of people get to experience that. On the other hand, doing chores when you're sick or when you have a headache and your head is pounding, not a lot of people have to deal with that. Woo. Okay, I'm trying to get the ducks out. Let's see. Okay, they'll come out when they want to. But those are some of my thoughts on homesteading. What are some of the things that you've noticed if you're homesteading or just living life? Let me know. I'd like to hear your thoughts. All right, take care, everybody.